Your brand needs more colors. Without knowing anything about you or your brand, I can almost guarantee it. Maybe I'm just a bad designer, but I have never understood why the only colors given to brands is often a 5 to 7 color palette. Sometimes I wonder if these brand designers have ever actually worked inside a brand long term. Because I certainly have, and this to me just seems unnecessarily difficult. For every brand I've built personally or worked with a long term client with, I have built out an extended palette for them and then also had a limited palette or a capsule palette. Yes, 90% of the time you're using that limited palette above, but for that 10% of the time that you need an extra color or a specific type of color, having this backup extended palette just makes life so much easier. And today we'll go over how that extended palette can make your life so much easier and how to build it in part 2 of the Cohesy content series, where I'm breaking down how to make your branding look cohesive and feel easy. Basically, I recommend everyone has an extended palette for their brand that has a color that accounts for pretty much every single color on the color wheel at multiple different values. Also, I recommend having a plan for skin tones and then for metallics. There are so many things that come up. There's a new trend, there's a new popular show or Taylor Swift's new album. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Are you going to do something about that? Do you have a pink in your palette? No? Well, then what are you going to do? Are you just going to use a stock graphic with a different pink that doesn't go with anything else in your brand? This is where things break. So I'm all about expanding your options, being a little more flexible, and then creating rules around that flexibility so you know what to do when. There's a bunch of color picker tools out there that are all free, but this is the one that makes the most sense with my brain tab, and I just switched over to the color picker, and then I take one of the actual colors, and I would just go with the one that you're drawn to most often, that you use most often. Copy and paste that hex code right there, keep that right where it is, and then just move this one. And I move it all the way up to the top, so there's kind of like that reddish pink, and I just slowly move it down, and I copy the hex code each time I move it. So I try to find a red, a hot pink, a lighter pink, a purple, and I just go all the way down and I copy and paste them into swatches into Canva or whatever your software is. This is an activity, this is going to take you an hour or so, but I promise it'll be worth it. Then I switch back over to swatches. If you scroll down, you'll see the tints and the shades for each color. I typically find about 3 lighter and then 1 darker. And then this is also where I'm going to find skin tints. And then the same goes for metallics. And that's it. I just take all of those colors, I play around, I select the ones I think I will actually use on a regular basis, and I put them in, save them as an extended palette for my brand. This is in the brand tab of Canva. I also have it in my brand book and everywhere else. And again, making rules around when you use these extra colors is what the rest of this series is about. So stick around if you want more clarity, or comment Thoughtless below and I'll send you a link to my freebie, which includes all of the steps of my no fuss framework, including this extended palette lesson.